Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that you had a great first start of the new year. Today I'm going to my sister's place. She has invited me and a couple of her friends for some lunch and also like knitting and maybe crocheting. And I'm gonna bring with me these two bags just because, as you know, I was knitting on my sweater number 14, and then on New Year's Eve, I got I got cold feet, I guess. So I think that last time I filmed I had started knitting in the round, and then after a while, I don't know, I got so unsure about the texture. In a better light it looks not as bad as when you have like harsh light that highlights the unevenness. But also, I don't know, for such a simple sweater or basic sweater, maybe I should use a more interesting yarn. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna bring this with me to my sister's to ask her for some advice. Also because she's knitted this before, so I'm gonna try her version of it just to see how it fits on me. So instead of knitting that one that I have paused now, I started on my Olga sweater, and now it's a bit, I started on a row or a round, so it looks weird, but here it is. It's supposed to be this way actually. So I started on the back piece and it looks super cute with the colors. I'm not totally sure about how it fits me, but I do really like this color combination. It's a more bold color option, I think, for me, that is. My dominant color is actually the blue color, but in the pattern you're supposed to, I guess, select the darker color as the dominant one that you have, like for example around the neckline, but I wanted to have the blue one, so that's my dominant color. Now I need to go to take the train, but I will give you an update after I've been at my sister's place. So here I am with my Olga sweater, and I started picking up stitches and have knitted a bit on the left shoulder. Yesterday before I went to bed I saw that I did a mistake, and so this is the pickup row, and here below is the cast on row for when I did the back piece. So I don't know, it doesn't look too bad, but it also doesn't look that great. So I haven't gotten that far, so I'm just gonna unravel this and then start over and pick up stitches closer to this brown edge. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. So now I have redone the pickup row and it looks much better. Not perfect, but then I saw something else. So you remembered I said that I wanted the blue to be the more dominant color. So I started with the blue one here when I did the first cast on, and then you're supposed to pick up on the shoulder with the same color that you used for the cast on. So I did that. I mean, it looks good, but I think I know why you're supposed to use the darker color as the dominant one. I didn't see this before, or I didn't think of it, but I realize now that it helps with the contrast here. So if the color is darker, it will give a better contrast here against this back piece. So now, I don't know, I try to look on Ravelry and Instagram to see people who done like I did, how it looks on the shoulders or on the back side of the shoulders. But I haven't really seen anyone who has done that or has posted a picture of it. And now I'm a bit unsure of what to do. I think I should have started with the brown, and then when I made the color, I should do it in blue as I wanted, so that this would be brown. I don't know if I should continue because now I knitted quite a lot, but it went on pretty fast, so it shouldn't set me back too many days. But I'm very confused right now, so I'm not sure what to do. Like I said, it still looks good, so I could just continue with it, but it's more of a question if I wanted it to be brown here. I could just switch the colors here, I guess, but I assume that when you put the front and the back sides together, they should match, which is not difficult, but I'm not sure how the construction of the garment would be. Either I skip one row or I add one row. I don't know. Very confused. We'll see what I will do. Sorry if you hear something in the background. We're about to go to bed, so getting ready for that. But I just wanted to make an update on my Olga sweater because I have been knitting the whole day actually. So I've been very productive, and I've actually decided, last time I spoke to you, I was contemplating on whether I should, I don't know, redo the whole thing basically. I decided to just continue with what I had, and in the end I think it looks pretty good. I do still prefer or wish that I had done differently, but now I'm at peace with my decision, I guess I would say. So I will show you guys how it looks right now because I've gotten pretty far actually. So this is the current state of my Olga sweater. So this is the back piece and here is the front piece. So I have attached or joined both front panels together and also made the I guess the neck hole or the head hole, what? And I also tried this on me and my head fits, luckily. And I have just continued on with this the whole day. Like I said, if I had known, I would have started with the brown color first, so that this part would be brown for a higher contrasting edge, I guess. But I'm still very pleased with this, so I'm just gonna continue, and then eventually I'm gonna join back and front panels, hopefully tomorrow. It's quite late, so I've been trying to record the same clip 3 times. This is my 4th try. Anyway, so I'm trying on my Olga sweater and I'm really into these 2 colors. I think that these colors really fit me and I can't wait to finish it. So currently I'm supposed to, let me see if I can show you guys. I'm supposed to join front and back panels, but as you saw, it's very, very tight. And there are 2 things I can do right now. I could either add a couple of few stitches to the armhole just to make it wider, or I could knit, I think, 2 more strands or strips of color. And I think that I will do the second choice. So I will knit 2 more strands. I think that would be fine. And then I will try again to see if the armhole is wide enough. But so far I've knitted the same number of strands on the front side as the back side. But because the front side also leaps is on the top of the shoulder, I don't know how to say it, but it makes sense for me to knit a few more rows on this front side. So I'll do that. But now I'm gonna go to sleep. So So this is my progress on my Olga sweater. Can you see it? I have paused knitting on the body because it just got so boring and I just needed to do something else. So I started and finished the neck collar. It looks really nice. And then I continued on with the right arm. So here it is. And since the circumference of the arm is a lot smaller than the body, it goes way faster than knitting on the body. So I'm just gonna keep on doing this one, maybe start on the left sleeve as well, and then continue with the body. Not sure, but this takes forever. Unfortunately, I haven't really been able to progress on this sweater as much as I wanted to. And that's because I don't bring this with me to my workplace. As you can see, the sweater itself is quite bulky. And then on top of that, I have the yarn as well. Let me show you guys. When I needed more yarn, I caked up 2 hanks of yarn into 1 cake. So it's quite big. Now it's being used, so it's smaller, but still very chunky. And this one as well. So imagine me going to work with all of this. It's not ideal, also because I would want to bring it home. So my solution to that was to start on a different project, which is kind of unusual for me because I like to work on only one thing. Let me show you. Can you guess what it is? It's not something that you would wear. It's actually quite funny because I'm making a hat for a lamp. So this is the candle lamp by Liebe KBH. You knit this in mohair. It has short rows on the top, and then you're supposed to cinch it in as well to make it round. And it's actually a very fun, easy knit. And it's also very random because I usually don't make anything else other than garments. But this is a really nice project to use up your leftover or scrap yarn. And this was also the perfect opportunity for me to use up the mohair that I didn't really like to wear. So the blue yarn is the Sumness silk mohair, which is super itchy to me. So I'm very glad that I can use it for something else. And then this off-white color is I'm not sure about the brand or the name. I think the color combination is actually really nice. I don't have that much left, but this is like a very easy project to have at work, except for the fact that it's mohair. So the yarn is a bit tricky to work with sometimes, but I think it's fine. I have learned how to tackle it, and I'm actually using it as 3 strands by this, I don't know what it's called, the loop technique or something. You have a loop and then you pull the yarn like this, and then you create like a new loop down here so that you can continue on creating 3 threads to make the yarn thicker. It's also very satisfying to have a smaller project to work on. Otherwise, this sweater, it usually takes me a month or so to finish it. But with this one, I get a result faster. So I was supposed to film what I made in 2024 video today, but I am a bit unprepared for that, and also the sun is setting. So right now it looks quite bright and pretty. with the daylight, but it's also super harsh light right now, so it's not ideal for me to film right now. I think that it's better for me to just film it next weekend instead. And I'm trying really like actively remind myself that it's okay to not rush and film everything at a specific time. But I thought in the meantime I could show you guys my candy lamp that I finished. So I started blocking it yesterday on the actual lamp, or lampshade I guess, and it's really cute, so let me show you. So here it is. The lamp is actually pretty large. It's the IKEA Fado lamp. And right now it's just the lampshade. Here's the bulb, what is it called? Where you attach the bulb. And I should actually have some elastic thread on the bottom because now it's a bit loose. And I'm very happy that I had enough of mohair in these two colors. I basically used all of it, and you can really see where I started to get low on the blue. So here it is. I just barely finished the white color. You can barely see it, but at the very end, I could only knit with one strand instead of three. You can't really see it, which was great. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. It was a really fun knit, but now I need to, like I said, finish the bottom. And then I'm gonna start on something new that I can bring to work. So let me show you my new place where I stash all of my yarn. I did this during the Christmas and New Year's break. So I wanted to have a shelf here to show all of my yarn that I have. Well, this is almost all of the yarn that I have, and I am really into this. So this feels like my own yarn store, and I'm very happy about how it looks. These baskets here, they are also filled with yarns or leftover yarns mainly. I'm working on these, as you remember, for my Olga sweater. These yarns I used for the sweater number 14 that I paused. I thought I would do the sweater by November Knits with this instead of the sweater number 14, but I could also start on my sister gave me these onion yarn for Christmas, or for our advent calendar swap, and I thought I might do a scarf out of it, not sure. Then I also have this that I bought in Copenhagen, and I thought I might do a vest out of it, but I haven't really found a pattern for it. So it's really nice to have it like this, and it makes me sort of want to buy more yarn, which is so bad. It's both great and terrible, I guess, but it's very satisfying. I'm very happy that I did this instead of keeping them in different bags or at different places. This is the aftermath after my filming. All of my things that I've knitted in 2024. When you place them all together, it looks so much. How can I have knitted all of this in 1 year? That's amazing. I haven't shared my latest project with you, but as you saw, I unraveled my my sweater number 14 because I wasn't really happy about that. I don't know, it just really got to me. So in the end, I ended up frogging it, and now I have started on the sweater by November Knits, and it's this raglan sweater with a really long ribbed bottom hem. So here is my sweater. and I've actually gotten pretty far. I'm about to split the armholes from the body. I'm knitting this on 5mm needles as suggested in the pattern. I didn't do a gauge swatch for this because I knew that on 5.5mm needles I had the same gauge, so with that I knew that using a smaller needle size my gauge would be slightly off. So I counted the stitches to be 18 stitches by 25 rows, and in the pattern you're supposed to have 16 stitches by 24 rows, but that doesn't matter for me because even though it's slightly off, I think that it will still fit me really well. You're supposed to knit the folded collar to 10 centimeters and then fold it, but I only knitted to 7. I thought I wouldn't like to have such a high color, but I will do some modifications to this ribbed bottom because I think I don't want to have it so long. But that's my update. I just wanted to show you guys that I have one issue with this. I am 1 stitch too short on this back side, and the reason is that I forgot to increase down here, which is so annoying because for me, I haven't really convinced myself to just let it go, and I could just increase up here because yeah, nobody would really know except for me. But I haven't really gotten to that stage yet where I don't care of how things are or look or whatever. So I think I'm gonna just try to unravel this row and then increase here. I'm just gonna try and hope that I don't mess it up. Here is the current status of my sweater. So as you can see, I binded off the front. I think this is a front, yeah. And I chose to make a much smaller bottom rib. And also another modification, not sure if I mentioned that before, but I continued the ribbed pattern from the raglan. So it continues, and also here on the side. And then I had to make some adjustments for the ribbed pattern to be even. So I did some decrease here on the side and here as well. I think the light now is kind of harsh, but I hope it's fine. But yeah, very excited to finish this. So now I'm working on the back and just repeating what I did on the front. So my sister and we had a so-called cast-on party today where we started on our dolly bag by Mochi Knits. So I am already finished with the bottom, but then I picked up stitches for the sides, and now I'm just knitting in the round. I'm currently using a double pointed needles, but I think I might switch back to a cable instead. It's very squishy and soft. And I'm using the Gepard Dear Teddy with the Gepard, what's it called? Something with puff. And then at the same time, because I took a picture just right now, I wanted to show you all of my current working progresses. So as you know, I have the sweater, then my dolly bag that I just talked about. And then I started on the poetry scarf by Sari Nordlund. But I'm not sure when I'm gonna finish this. It's a bit complicated with the lace pattern, but it's also very pretty. And then my Olga sweater that I'm not sure if I talked about this, but I got so insecure about how I wanted to have this sweater. So I might just frog it and redo it, which is really sad. I actually finished an arm here, but it feels too wide, even though I did a couple of decreases. And then I'm supposed to have blue here instead. I chose to do the opposite, but now I think it looks not good here, where everything is connected. I don't know. It's a bit too wide as well, so there are many issues with this one, so I just paused it for now, and that's why I'm working so much on the sweater. These are all the things that I'm working on, but mainly these two.